I need to dry off.
Wargraf wants you to take a closer look at something. Could something of interest be buried hereabouts?
I need to dry off. I'm overheating here.
The world is not immaculate as yet, friend. Be wary, be vigilant.
So good of you to drop by, my liege. As always, be welcome.
I'm dripping.
I'd prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
Wargraf spotted something. Wargraf indicates a spot in the garden deserving your attention. You're reasonably certain he's not pointing out the pumpkins.
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
aside, pig face. Matilda seems to believe they're in a hidden cellar somewhere, but we haven't found a lick of a hint as to where the damn thing might be. They can't have escaped, that's all we know for certain. Shame the wizard's pretty little grapevines and beehives will wither without his team of helpers tending them. Perhaps, once we find and skin the buggers, that priestess can turn them into undead workers fast enough to save the garden and whip up some wine and mead. And what business is that of yours, pigface? You ain't no son of the All-Mother, or even a mountain rat like the brothers of Jarl. You ain't got a horn on your head or a tusk in your teeth. The only kind I care about are the ones the All-Mother tells me I oughta. All right, man, who's next?
Why don't you go yourself then? You already sent Odelin and he's been blown to bits.
You dare to challenge your commander, worm belly?
He's no commander of ours, orc scum.
That's enough out of the lawyer. I've a solution that's fair for all. Rock, paper, scissors.
Who the bloody hell uses a child's game to decide matters of life and death?
Ready in 3, 2, 1. Scissors! What do you want now? Matilda seems to believe they're in a hidden cellar somewhere. Shame the wit... All right, man, who's next?
Why don't you go yourself then? You already sent Odelin and he's been blown to bits.
You dare to challenge your commander, worm belly?
He's no commander of ours, orc scum.
That's enough out of the lawyer. I've a solution that's fair for all.
Soldier, soldier, burning bright, where will you go? What?
Choice is never wisest. Consider away, we fly away.
Warcraft spotted something. Walgrath spotted something.
The thing won't dodge. Then again, I thought the same about that.
From the tiniest spark.
Is this one of them fancy screwer things? Never did trust them.
Flash fire! Elemental absolution!
Who are you? Stay away from my family. They know nothing of the wizard. Take me. A source hunter? Lodian, the gods have answered our prayers. I can think of no more welcome deliverer from this predicament than one of your esteemed order. Seven bless us, and you too. Aye, we three laboured under Zandalor's employ. He was right decent to us, and it's thanks to him we managed to escape the brutes upstairs. Zandalor prepared this hidden place long ago. It's almost as though he knew, somehow, that this day would come. Or perhaps he knew only that the forces of evil would always pursue those of goodness and light. Many years ago, he told us that if ever we found ourselves in danger, we should flee to this cellar. Shut fast its door, he said, and mark the jam with a chalk pentangle. This will call forth the magic I have assigned for your protection. It seems our friend was true to his word. Zandalor is a brilliant man, even among wizards. Why he chose to settle in this sleepy little town, I can't say. But then again, he never did remain for long. Always dashing off to attend to some matter or other, our wizard. We cared for his home while he was away and attended to him when he was in. We were quite fond of him, and I do believe he was rather fond of us too. It seems that when we triggered this cellar's defences, he knew straight away. Within a minute or so, a strange orb of light appeared before us. It grew sharper and sharper about the edges. I held out my hands to grasp it, and it fell, heavy as a pearl, in my hands. From the orb came Zandalor's voice, clear and strong, as though he were standing just before me. His voice was hurried, strained in a way I'd never heard before. Something unthinkable, that he was travelling through the Phantom Forest, that heart of horrors, and into the ancient Source Temple that rests within its cursed depths. He told us to wait for the White Witch, asked us to deliver a message, something important by the sound of it. We wrote it down, word for word, and will pass it along whenever it is she comes. I know little more than its name implies, but if a temple of Source does indeed rest within that blighted forest, a greater evil I cannot imagine. Many is the year since ghoul or beast has ventured out of the defiled sanctuary of those woods, yet still we of the village dare not enter. Legend says that to set a single foot into the Phantom Forest is to invite death's grasp. It's a legend none wish to test. As you may know, this town was founded as the last bulwark against the Source monstrosities that reside within that terrible place. After the fall of Brachus Rex, the defeated darkness retreated to those woods, and haunted they have remained ever since. Believe me, Source Hunter, the last thing I'd want to do is disparage you, but this message is simply too important to hand over to a recent acquaintance. Perhaps if you had some proof of your association, we might feel better handing it over. Not much to see here, I'm afraid, but you're welcome to take a look around.
What's the word, Source Hunter?
The mystery of time. Even if he had a voice, you know he wouldn't find words for its majesty.
Shall we look up the details of your existence, Woolgraf? Or shall we skip it and
A
see?
family of Zandalor's servants? Why, yes. Yes, he spoke often of a faithful trio in his employ. He said he'd trust them with his life if it came down to it. Take this ring. It will mark you as my ally.
Still, one can't help but wonder where the gods have run off to in all this. The void won't spare them, you know.
in here,
There's
isn't
no
it?
hiding from the great nothing.
Our friend, how can we help you? That ring! Icra's blessing! Zandalor has the same. I'd recognize it anywhere. So the White Witch sent you, did she? I should have known she'd not sit idly by while the world turned topsy-turvy. Zandalor's message is as such. He's gone to the Source Temple in the Phantom Forest, and he wants her, or I suppose you, her messengers, to follow him there. In order to enter the forest, you'll need an amulet. He stored it in a small chest near his personal waypoint. Once you're inside the forest, you'll need to find the forest spirit. This spirit will give you the rune you need to enter the Source Temple. But first things first, if you want to get inside Zandalor's house, you'll need to use the portal in this very room. I've the crystal you need in order to activate it. Still, entering the house will be the least of your worries. Zandalor himself has called forth every manner of protection to discourage would-be intruders, and you will have to defeat them all in order to reach the bedroom. Now, the last thing he said doesn't make much sense to an outsider. Perhaps you or the witch will manage to make better sense of it. He said, and I quote, "She is coming. I only hope I can reach the temple first. If she finds the portal..." He didn't finish after that. Before you go, perhaps we might impose on you, well, a favor, you see. Source Hunter, we need a way out of this place. It's only a matter of time before the savages upstairs find us, and trying to leave through the village is as good as suicide. But Zandalor has his own means of travel, a waypoint shrine in his own chambers reserved for his personal use. If we could only get there, we'd be able to flee this place lickety-split. The only trouble is what I've already mentioned. The wizard's house is rigged from top to bottom. If you'll be disabling its defenses, we'll slip through without problem. Good luck, Source Hunter, and unimaginable thanks from me and mine.
Where am I? Is this real?
I feel as though I've been living in a dream. I was bathing myself, as I've done a million times over, when suddenly a curious sensation came over me, as if my mind were no longer mine. I saw, but I did not see. I was as one possessed.
Woolgraf seemed to have spotted something, but then signals never to mind. Woolgraf seemed to have spotted something, but then signals never to mind. Woolgraf grins and waves his magical quill triumphantly. This must be the very room he once stole it from.
How can we help you? Oh, yes, let's! Have you cleared a path to Zandalor's shrine? We're so very eager to get out of this dank little hole. Great gods above! That's fantastic news! I can nearly smell the fresh air already. Psst! Before we go, I might be able to offer you a little tip. When I was cleaning the wizard's guest rooms, I'd often hear him whisper Icra to a locked chest in his chamber. I can't say for certain what's in there, but perhaps it will help you on your journey. Thank you for your aid, my hero.
Striking it rich.
Wolgraf spotted a trap.
Hello again. Do you bring good news?
I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake.
2 o'clock. 3 of spades. Back for more, are ya? Can't say I blame ya. None of dare cross a tenebrium sword without thinking thrice about it. Let's wrap this up. Go. Go. Now for the turn. Which one of you fellas is Jack any fellas? Check. I don't want to check.
Let's see that last one.
Fine. I'll strap yourself with a rusty bed so I don't leave you hiding under there. 4 of clubs. That one's worth 10 coins for sure.
I get all the
Fold.
from serving
Trap
the
on a
goddess.
cracker, I'm out.
Unlike the
Come. Let's see those
let the
cards.
lost die that we may
Read 'em
live.
and weep, you amateurs. Fine. Devil's sweaty swingers. You beat me.
Nice hand of cards, that one.
Come. Let's have another round before I get too drunk to read the cards.
Brutilda doesn't
I'll
turn
win
for
this
thing,
one.
does she?
The goddess is
We're
with
waiting
me,
to
I
fight
feel
the
it.
final battle. The time is nearly nigh.
Back for more, are ya? Can't say I blame ya. None of dare cross a tenebrium sword without thinking thrice about it. The cards are shuffled. Now, where's your bets? 5 gold.
Good cards. 3
So
shine.
joy about death.
Back to me. I'm gonna call it like it. Now for the flop. 5 of hearts. 3 of spades. Finally, some bloody spades again. What was the minimum? 5 gold.
Let the lost die that we may live.
I'll call and raise you another 5.
To this side. I'm out.
Toasty!
Back for more. Can't say I'll blame ya. The old mother selected this stock herself.
You aim so low, Ogma. Think of all the little dears you could have if you took matters into your own hands.
Damn it all to hell, I fold.
Come, let's see those cards.
It's heating up.
Again, the
Feeling hot under the collar.
Oh, my auger's flame kindles at your approach. In the market for some magical artifacts and scrolls, are you?
Oh, this is it, you bunch of fancies. The cards are shuffled. Now, place your bets. What are you
7's my
calling?
lucky number, so 7 it is.
Oh, back to me. I'm gonna call it. Now for the flop. Jagor. 3 of spades. Finally, shut your mouth and go get some wine. Bloody spades. Even the old man.
I've got my eye on you.
Don't talk to the small bones, brother. It only makes eating them all this pleasant later.
Even vermin leave behind a worthy scrap or two.
Human haggis been to look.
Goodness. Is supper already upon us? I'd hope for something with considerably less gristle, but I suppose you'll do. Well, that depends very much, whelp. My boys are free to do what they will with the garbage left over after a massacre. But certain more valuable materials must be delivered to me. Tell me, were my boys selling something rare or unusual?
Indeed. One trader offered us gear made of tenebrium.
That's right, he did. Quite the sneak, isn't he, to hide it from you?
I understand. Now, if you'll excuse me.
I prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
It only makes eating them all less pleasant later.
I know what drank all the best days. There's no reason to keep ignoring. Oh, screw yourself with a rusty mace, why don't you?
Fine, I'll check it. Now, let's see what they're mining under there. Six o'clock!
What do I owe you?
Enjoy about death.
15 gold.
I think you know full well, boy.
Soaked to the skin!
These puppies out. I've got plenty of gold for you. Take it off.
Wow.
Nice hand of cards, that one.
Cool. Let's have another round before we get too drunk to read the cards.
I'll win this one. The goddess is with me. Feel it.
What are you doing?
This thief was no boy of mine. Let him rot on the gallows.
This is it. The cards are shook. Now, place your bets.
Just the one calling for me.
Seven's my lucky number, so 7 it is.
Back to me. I'm gonna call it, lads. Now for the flop.
I need to dry off.
3 of spades. Finally, eyes of blood.
I could do with a cold drink. I could do with a cold drink.
Look, there. Again, the lost one struts by.
Matilda gives me plenty more divinity.
You aim so low,
It never rains, but it pours, eh?
Ain't there something behind here? Bleeding naked.
And it's engine like mad. What? Afraid to address your betters, are you?
I ain't afraid of a single frog-skin one of you.
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
They're keeping the peace for now. Chief's orders. That other tusk's yours to keep in the meantime.
That's so. Y'all comes down the border with all try getting them to Spencer Canyon. Living in fear under the great maternal.
Go on then, Frogskin. We'll see who'll end up beneath those boots.
Is that what you call those the toesies?
I prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
Human, leaving the lamps out for these. Can't come to work today, boss. I've got the human, and it's itching like mad. What? Afraid to address your betters, are you?
I ain't afraid of a single frog-skin one of you.
Then why not stand up and face me, boy? 1-on-1.
They're keeping the peace for now. Chief's orders. That other tusk's yours to keep in the meantime.
That's so. Y'all comes down the border with all try getting back to Spencer Canyon. Living in fear under the great maternal. Go on then, Rogskin. We'll see who'll end up beneath those boots. Is that what you call those things on your toesies?
Human, leave the lambs out, please. You have come to work today, boss. I've got the human, and it's itching like mad.
What? Afraid to address your betters, are you? I ain't afraid of a single frog-skinned one of you. Then why not stand up and face me, one on one?
I'm dripping.
Well, some say death, but it's a second life.
Baking like a cake.
This is it, you butcher pansies. The car's
By order of the All-Mother, huge discounts on magic baubles. I've got my eye on you, Yappy.
Don't talk to the small bones, brother. It only makes eating them all the less pleasant later.
Maybe for you. Me, I'd like to know a bit about my Ackies before I think it.
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
I've got my eye on you,
Don't talk to the small bones, brother. It only makes eating them all the less pleasant later.
I'm warm as
This
fresh
is it,
apple
what do you
pie.
call it? The car's the cover. Now, place your bets.
Just the one coin
I
for
get all
me.
the peace I need from serving the goddess. A life of peace, I say. Let the lost die that we may live.
I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake.
I need to dry off.
Someone's there.
I'm overheating here.
Take a dip in the river now. You smell good.
Well, we've got the spirit, but it won't be any good unless we can twist time forward a decade or two.
Who do we know who might be able to bend the rules of time ever so slightly?
To see you on the shelter plane. A home away from home, is it not? steady is the hand that wields time. If you're very certain this sort of meddling is strictly necessary, I suppose I could oblige. No, it won't be difficult. I'll simply pop your little mixture into a deep, dark basement and revisit it, shall we say, 30 years in the future? What did I tell you? Now, be careful with this libation, will you? I had just the tiniest sip myself, and I must say, it's quite potent.
A bit drafty in here, isn't it? Are we near a vent?
I wonder, do you know more about the void? What it is? What lies at the heart of it?
What lies at its heart? Why, nothing, of course. The great absence of all that even the gods cannot comprehend.
If I find the old tubber lad that did this, I'm feeding him his own medicine.
I'd prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
Walgraf spotted something. Walgraf spotted something. Walgraf spotted something. Walgraf spotted something.
What does not know? He has Zoc of mountain apes forms. Your kind not welcome. Go, or you will bleed. Pass quickly then. We do not inspect, we only guard. Brother Gordag selected this place for his own special purpose, and so we stand. Brother Gordag has beckoned us to stay. A terrible thing to lose a horn. Now the old mother will never select him for her chosen.
Walgraf spotted something. Walgraf spotted something.
I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake.
Cut it out! Well, and none of that, you...
Demon spider! Behold the power of vengeance!
Stave of the elements.
A taste of the gathering storm. To drown my sorrows with ale.
I need to dry off.
I need to dry off.